Hi, I'm Holly, and I have people asking me how I am doing what I'm doing and how I've made it this far with staying calm and my strength and my faith and what else. First thing is I had tried to kill myself before, and then I called the ambulance and decided that I didn't want to do it, and I, dang it, there's I don't want to say all the time. The ambulance came. I blamed it on my husband because of how he's been treating me, and that he had tried to poison me, and I just didn't see any way out. It all looked very gloomy. After I did it, I was in the hospital for like 28 days. Quit smoking, quit doing drugs. Went to rehab, and I don't know how to explain it. I promised myself that I'd never do that again. That since I survived, and for some reason I was like really at peace after all that. Like, I don't know if it was quitting the drugs or what, but my husband got me right back into it, though. He picked me up, and that was the first thing out of his mouth was, "Let's go." And I said, okay. And, it's what my life was. That's what I was used to doing, and I was a functioning drug addict until opiates. And then opiates really messed me up. But promise yourself, no matter what you have to go through, that you are going to make it. You're going to not give up. Not just be set in your mind. Do not give up. Do not give up. That's the only thing I can say, is that I had that in my head. And I've heard the devil speak. And, so not knowing about God. I mean, I grew up with God until I was 7. And then my mom and dad split up. And mom would go to church and stuff, but she never took me into the big part of the church. I always had to go to the class, and I did not like the class at all. It just seemed like it was a bunch of bribery for kids to get on the bus, and the bus was horrible. Kids screaming and yelling all the time, and just I don't like that. That's something that I couldn't deal with back then. And I think that might be because of how, my makeup, who I am. Like, I don't know if it's being around that many people, that much, what do you call it, energy, that much energy, the different kinds of energy, and a lot of those kids weren't happy. You got a big old bag of candy if you rode the bus, and not every time. You just got it. You could be a winner. You could be a winner. I never was. But anyways, I didn't like it, and so there was even time that I hid under my bed. I hid under my bed. My mom couldn't find me, and I just didn't like it at all. And whenever I went with mom and dad, I would sit beside dad and hold his hand and stuff, and listen, but not, I'm 7 years old, so I wasn't really listening. Yeah, I think it was just being around mom and dad and them believing in God, and I knew mom believed in God, and she would go to church even without me after a while. She finally quit pushing me. So promise yourself. I did hear the devil talk, and that scared me to death. And since I heard the devil talk, there's got to be a God. There has to be a God. There can't not be a devil and no God. That really set in, and I never let that go. And I didn't hear that until I'm going to say I was in my 30s or early 40s. I also, my strength comes from my promise to myself. I have been through so much stuff. It's hard to believe. When I tell people what's happened, they don't believe me. My family didn't believe me, and my daughter's the one that... See, I don't know exactly who started it. I just know who's involved, and she's involved. And her part was to make me look crazy. To turn everybody against me. Someone got a hold of all my friends. Every single one of them. I have 2 good friends that didn't turn me in, that didn't say, oh, you're crazy, screw you, you know? Now, the one girl, she, I cried so hard to her because I didn't understand what was going on. I didn't get it. I couldn't figure it out. I would waking up with bruises on me, and my teeth started, even though I was brushing them and everything, I got where I couldn't brush them. I don't know if it was spells they were doing on me or what, but my teeth got really loose, and I would go through horrible pain trying to brush them anyways, because if you don't brush them, they're not going to stay. You're going to lose them. The dentist that I went to, okay, go back to, I had severe depression because of what I had been through with my husband, and he, since he tried to poison me, and I figured out he was trying to poison me, I had went to a couple friends of mine and spent the night at their house 3 nights. I was fine. I wasn't sick anymore. He knew, I knew. So he quit. We were not communicating. It was a weird relationship. We didn't communicate. I tried and got nothing. No response. And I don't know, it could have been the way I was asking. I don't know. But I don't want to give him any excuses for not answering me or not being present in a way to communicate with me. He had got with my daughter, and my daughter told him that I was fooling around on him. He didn't even ask me. He just turned on me and did everything possible to ruin me. At first he built me up. He went and got me the ring I've always wanted, and he got me a car I've always wanted. I had a house. I have a brand new house, and it was made just the way I wanted it, with the furniture I wanted, with the TV I wanted, with everything that I wanted. And then it all was gone. He let it go. He quit working, and I had got laid off in 2008. He was making plenty of money for me to not have to work. And I had already been juggling my work, overtime work too, and him being gone, and me doing everything, cleaning the house, trash, laundry, grocery, and my job. And then whenever I wanted a little bit of time out, he didn't allow that. Like he would call and while I'm out and want me to talk to him, and then he would see how I was acting and all that. It was just ridiculous. I never did that to him. So I should have, though, in some way. But it was the communication thing. I'm just going to chalk it up to that. It was a communication thing, and that I think if I should have walked away a long time ago and said, look, or got some kind of therapy for him and I together. And that didn't happen either. Anyway, so he was treating me the way he was treating me, talking to me every day, telling me what a horrible person I was. Now, this is after I tried to kill myself. And he asked me, why did I call the ambulance? Isn't that nice? Isn't that sweet? Anyway, so I just knew then that I was definitely over. But what am I going to do? I have nothing. I have no job. I had no... my everything diminished in my eyes, that for the reason to live. The only thing that I can say is that I have got up every time. And I was just like, you've done this before. You can do it again. You can do it again. And I don't know where that comes from. I really don't. I don't. Maybe it's God. maybe he didn't want me to give up. And I believe in Michael, and Michael has been my angel for a long time, ever since I was born, he says. And I have been picked on this whole time in my life. Like, as soon as I was born, they're saying that there was some witch got a hold of me and put a spell on me, and and so I didn't really. I asked my mom, and she can't answer the questions like, did things move around in the house and stuff like that? And she doesn't know. She can't remember. I remember my dad, wanting me to calm down and quit screaming. I used to scream really loud when I was a little kid. And I don't know. I guess it has to be God. It has to be God. I don't know. I can't think of any other reason why I had the gumption and the pride to. Okay, my mom has not. Moms are moms or whatever. Sometimes you get one that cares in a certain way and is brought up a certain way to be able to take care of you in a certain way. And she wasn't, and she was real quiet and never wanted to make a ruckus of things. And that's what watching her, that's what I had learned is, and I watched her struggle. I watched her struggle without having any money, with being worried about if we were giving friends food, to not give them food, to not, that's you're not gonna have any if you give it out all to your friends. And I'm just like, I didn't understand it, because I wanted to share with everybody. And so in a way I can understand, but in another way, she never bought anything for herself. She never loved herself like I do, like I tried. And then that I grew up, after I grew up, I would say probably around 20s or so, 28 maybe. Maybe it was even at 30 some. Anyways, I started going and getting myself stuff. Nothing big sometimes, like an ice cream cone. just something every now and then. You don't have to do it all the time. It's good if you can. But if you're strapped for money, I'm still finding it that you gotta love yourself. You have to love yourself. If you don't love yourself, you're gonna have a really hard time. And I have learned to love myself a lot, and I'm saying a lot. Anyways, I'm nervous and stuff, so love yourself. So my strength comes from my promise to myself. When I don't react, my brother used to go, I'm not touching you, I'm not touching you, I'm not touching you. So I have I have learned from a long time of narcissists and people that just do not nice things to you. And my brother treated me like crap growing up, and I've tried to, his girlfriends have tried to get him to be nice to me. I don't think they've ever told him to apologize, but you're hurting your sister. You remember what you've done, and he never took it to heart. And there was one picture of us together, and I'm a baby, and he's holding me on his lap, and he's got this huge smile on his face. And I go, how come you liked me back then? And he said, because I didn't know you were going to grow up to be who you are. Okay. Okay. So I had a lot to deal with growing up. Things that would hurt me and stuff. And I had just people not believe me. I had people do weird things. Like some kid hit me in the head with a shovel whenever I was like 5. And I don't know. I don't know what I did. I don't have a clue. I also had a teacher that I had told her that I was feeling sick and that I needed to go to the bathroom. She didn't let me go. I threw up in the social studies book. What do you do? Grossed all the kids out, and all that. And that was in 4th grade. No, 3rd grade. And I just had so much that I've had to deal with, and there's kids that get bullied and stuff, and I was just one of them. There was some weird class that I was in, and somebody was going and singing this just here recently. Did you take, like listening, hearing tests and balance beam, and like not real high up off the ground, just on a beam that's like probably 2 inches off the ground. I did stumble a lot and trip over my own feet. I have stitches all over. I have stitches on both knees and my ankle, and I broke my other foot. I got kicked by a horse and cracked my ankle bone. I have 12 stitches here, inside and out. And that's from my brother jumping off a teeter-totter and letting my head slam down onto the bar, that you hang on to. I had a kid stab me with a pencil with lead, and I still have the dent. And it's just a certain way I hold my hand. I can just show you the dent that it came from. Also, people have asked me, how do I know stuff? And I just know. I had people like go, why don't you like this person? Or why are you staying away from that person? I just know. I just know that there's something there that makes me not talk to them, not deal with them. I did have a friend that would lie, and now she would say the truth through most of her story, but then at the end of it, embellish a lot. And I just knew where it stopped because of who I am and the way my brain thinks my intuition is, or whatever. Oh yeah, so when people are trying to throw me off, the distractions and stuff, I have just lodged that in here, and any whatever it is, I'm just like, oh, whatever, and I've learned to accept it. It's okay with me. And you'll find you'll get really mad if you keep on chalking it up. so let it go. It's not worth fighting for. It's not worth your brain time. It's not worth your pain. Just ignore it and do the best you can with ignoring it. The more you ignore it, the less they want to do it. And the only reason that certain people do some of the stuff around me that they do is because I have brought it up to the police and stuff like that. And, so this house has cameras in it other than mine, other than my own cameras. It has cameras in it. I don't know where they're at. And you would think, darn it, intuition, come on, help me out here. But no, I don't know where they're at. And I've done certain things. I've tried to, fill holes and cracks and corners and all over the place. And I do believe that I might have got some, but they have, there's a website or an IP address that you can go to, and I just know this, that you can go to and you can watch me all day long. And it's kind of sad in a way because there's no privacy. I mean, I'm talking the bathroom, I'm talking the bedroom, I'm talking everywhere. So I just have, and there's listening devices, so they hear what I'm saying, and they've hacked my phone, so, they're watching this video right now, and they're watching me film this video. Now talk about something to get over. that is rough. That is one rough thing to get over, is to know that you're being watched. Some of the things that I know why I'm being watched is because people have said odd things to me, and I'm like, you wouldn't know that. There's no way you would know that. So one lady said something about how I'd put my deodorant on, and I was like, you don't hang around me. You've never seen me get out of the shower. What are you talking about? So my I don't know where I was at in my story about my husband and I, but I told him to leave. I said, you know what, you can go. I don't need to be talked to this way every day. No, I don't need it. After that, when he left, okay, so I'm living at my mom's house with him. And so he goes, he borrowed $1,400 off my mom and never paid her back. Now get this, he stole my inheritance. My daughter, him, and some other guy stole my inheritance. So where did that ring come from? Where did that car come from? Where did all this stuff come from that he was being so nice to me, getting me? I don't know. I don't know exactly when the will came around, but they did. They figured it out, and I had no clue. And so because of that, I would be sitting pretty right now. I would be sitting in my own house and not have to rent and all this stuff. Since I had went through the emotional stuff with him, wanting to kill me and wanting to just bury my hope, bury who I am, because I had to go, I'm not a bad person. You can't. I had too many people tell me I was a good person, and that I had a person actually tell me, you're the most honest person I've ever met. That made me feel really good. I don't have people apologizing to me. I don't have anybody that's coming and saying, I'm sorry for slandering you, for defamation of character, for believing Tia, my daughter, and I don't know if I say their name or what, but anyways, I did. So she was on the route of making me crazy. She told me to go that's where I was at, depression. So I had depression really bad, and I just thought, I've suffered with that for a long time. I mean, you got to figure I've been around narcissists my whole life. So I've dealt with depression a lot, and so that's one of the things that I was prescribed still was my depression medicine. I had ran out when we were out living in the car and stuff. While he had money, we're living in the car. We were living in hotels and stuff like that, and I was just kind of, I don't know where this money was coming from. And see, why wouldn't I ask? I don't know. Is it because I didn't want to get yelled at, talked to you? I don't like it. I never liked it. So, if he would have just been honest and open, it would have been easier. But since he wasn't, and I had to drag everything out of him, it made me sound like I was a vulture picking at him, and I didn't do that. And I was never one of those wives that bitched all the time. I think I can say that. Anyways, she had me go to this place, New Horizons. So I go to New Horizons. I am there, and it just seemed weird to me that, so since I'm telling them, I'm waking up with bruises, something's going on at my house, and I don't know what it is, and since I couldn't put my finger on it, it was spells and I believe astro travel now. I used to think it was an entity, but I'm kind of, was it an entity or was it astro traveling? Because now I still have the astro traveling going on, and so if there's a way that I've done something that I shouldn't have done, and I'll have a glass of wine every now and then. I don't drink all the time. I don't drink every other day. I don't drink every day. I don't drink every, sometimes not even once a week. So I've went months and months without a drink. I was young. I was what do you call that? A weekend warrior. And so I was never stuck on it that much to have to get up and take a drink. No, that wasn't me. That wasn't me at all. I've never been that way. But if you do, and you are being hit like I'm being hit, I thank God I got Michael, and I know he has went through battle after battle for me and helped me out, and now in the spiritual realm, I'm with him. We're together. And sometimes I don't know if sometimes I'm by myself. I haven't figured that out yet, like exactly how that works. I'm learning. So Google, that's what I was going to say. What was it? Where's that at? When I was going and things to do to not get hit by witchcraft. Prayer. And prayer keeps me calm, gives me peace. I know that I am protected. I'm protected. I'm loved. You say you're favored. You every day I tell myself this. And I had some people call me a weekend, or not a weekend warrior, a prayer warrior, and that I never thought of it that way, but or affirmation. I do my affirmations, but I call it. It's praying to me that I'm asking. Well, I'm going and those are affirmations, I guess. So me going and saying, that I'm chosen, that I am loved, and I don't have them in front of my face. And plus I'm nervous, so that's not helping. But so I got prayers with an explanation point, because that is, and I do it every day, every morning, every night. Sometimes if in the morning I don't do it right off, I make sure that I get it in I'd say before 10 o'clock. I mean, I guess there's been a couple of days that I've been later than that, but no, I don't mess around with that. I light a candle because that's supposed to, angels and stuff like that. And Michael says, you light a candle for me every night. And so that tickles me to death whenever I find out stuff like that that it mattered to him, and that, So, things that have made my life harder, and I didn't realize how much it was affecting me. Sugar. I love sugar. Sugar's like one of my favorite things. I love Dr. Pepper. I love Butterfingers. And I have not had a Butterfinger in years. And I haven't had a Dr. Pepper in a couple days. So, since then, since I did have one, it messes up your dreams. It messes up being able to hear your angels, hear God, and dream. They have tried to make me not dream, because that's, I don't know if I want to say it or not. That's where your creativity and stuff comes from. And that's where you learn a lot of stuff and downloads and things like that. Ancestors wanting to let me know stuff. Meditate. Always keep your frequency high, as high as you can make it. So go Google, look up how you do that. I've had to learn to get quiet. I am one of these people that so I go on vacation, the first thing I do is grab the remote and turn that TV on. Why? I don't know. It's my background all the time, all the time. So I've had to quit doing that. I've had to quiet down, and I'm getting pretty good at it. And I believe that I'm making God proud of me, and my ancestors proud of me, because of that's their time. That's their time to help me. That God giving me, telling me things, and I keep a journal in my bed, not beside my bed because the stupid nightstand's too small. So I keep it in my bed, and I've learned to wake up and go, what was it? What were you just thinking? What was in your head? And so that's worked. That's been working. And before, no, it was not working because of the darn sugar. The darn sugar. And probably not being quiet either. But I've meditated for quite a while now. Water. Oh, I to not get attacked, water with salt right by my bedstand. And if I take a nap, out here in the living room, I have one out here in the living room. I have a lemon with salt in it. I was taught this. I got one of my people on YouTube has taught me this stuff, and that's one of them. Lemon with salt. Cut the lemon and then put some salt in it, and then she was saying to shut it up. So I have this little tiny candle holder, and I just shoved it down in there, and that's keeping it shut. It does leak, so you don't want to just sitting around. I believe the salt brings the juice out of it. I have salt circles that I have put by every window, and I don't know exactly how soon you're supposed to change those out, but I did notice they do get crusty. So I imagine it's probably a good idea to change them out sometime. Maybe look that up in Google too. I have not looked that up. Okay. Another thing is the reason why I've made it through a lot of this meanness of spells and things is because of karma. I have cleaned up my karma and my ancestors' karma, and I have broke the curse on our family. So when you do that, karma's got to play out, no matter, so if you did, and do your shadow work, whatever it was, like, my girlfriend had went and said, I'm sure you've done something wrong while you were growing up, and I go, you know what, I think I only did it to you. So, I had been mean to her a couple times growing up, and it was an influence. I didn't do it on my own. I was influenced, and but I was there. I was the criminal. So I found out about the ancestors and about their curses and stuff, and that you have to look at. Like I'm going to go on I'm going to get Ancestry.com. That's my next thing to do, is get Ancestry.com and find more out about my ancestors, and you could have killers in there. You might be dealing with some really good karma. and believe me, while I was in this, so I moved out of my mom's house, and actually I got kicked out because I started telling my mom, it's Tia. Tia is doing this stuff to me. She's doing this stuff to me. She didn't, Mom, here again, she didn't help me with my brother, so, why would she help me out now with my daughter? And so my daughter talked my grandson into telling her that it's either him or me. Well, it was me. And because he's 22 now. I think he's 22 now. 22, 21. Anyways, yeah, he's too young. And I understood that if you, what else? What I don't know what to tell you. So, I spent my whole stimulus check, which I only got one out of all of those, and I spent it all on hotel. And every time in the hotel, I was still having, they would break in the hotel room. I don't know how they were doing it. I don't know if they were friends with the people that own the hotel. As soon as I said something to the lady that was running the hotel, I said, hey, can you go back through your footage? Because somebody broke into my room. And she said, oh no, you need to go. You need to pack up right now. And I'm like, what the heck? I thought that's why you had that camera there, is to help people. But no, that's not what that's for. The first night that I went in and, got my suitcases in there thinking, I'm going to breathe now. I'm going to finally be able to breathe and get away from all this pain and anguish and not knowing what's going on and all this stuff. Nope. When I come back after I went to the store to get some snacks and stuff, the door was open on the hotel room. So I knew it then that I was in for it and that it wasn't going to get any better and that I'm just going to have to tough it out again still. I had all these locks that I bought for the suitcases and stuff, and did everything that way. But I don't know if you guys want to hear all this kind of stuff. Anyways, I'll tell you the main stuff, and then if you want to know more, I'll tell you more someday, or just put it in the comments and ask me questions. That's fine. I don't know how many people are gonna want to hear this or what, but yeah, put it in the comments and I'll do my best, as long as I don't go viral or something. Anyways, karmic debt. Don't accept pain. Like if how can I say that? What can I say about that? Okay, like projections. I can't. I'm trying to think about the pain thing, because I know I meant something whenever I wrote that down. The projections, though. Okay, so since I have quit the drugs, quit the drinking mainly, and I smoke cigarettes, so that's one of my main things that I am dealing with now. I got the nicotine lozenges and stuff like that, and see, if I smoke, it cracks your vessel. So just kind of think about that you're a cup and you're trying to hold all this holiness in. And if you smoke, there goes a crack, and there goes some of your covering, and so you get hit, and it sucks. So you want to be obey as much as possible. Do everything that you can do, and God will forgive you for a while. He will forgive you for a while, but then there comes a time where he's like, you gotta stop. And I don't know if that's because it's me. It might be I don't know, because I am one of the chosen. So my voice is supposed to help people, heal people, change people, give you a different perspective. I've had a lot of chakra activation, throat chakra activations. I'm trying to think of what else I want to tell you without saying Oh, if you're in a spot, like, okay, so say you're in a mess like I was, and that they're breaking into your house day, night. You're there, you're not there, whatever. Journal, write, and it helps get it out of you. Plus, you also have evidence if you can. But I couldn't. Like, I would write sometimes, and I figured out that they would read it. And then if I put anything in there about this caused me pain, that caused me pain, they knew it. They knew it. And so, no journal for me. Then I started going and writing in code, my own code, my own way, my own thoughts, my own, just a word here, a word there. So I knew what that meant. I knew what that word meant. So if you're on camera like I was, they laughed. They laughed when I was in pain, and it's just sad. It's very sad that you have people out there laughing at you while you're in the pain I was in. I've been raped. I have a mark on my leg from it, and I don't know, because they kept wiping my memory. I believe that's going to come back. I believe that it's coming back. And since now, without the sugar, my dreams, all my stuff will get better and better. The more I obey, the more I do my things right, and believe your intuition. If you have went and thought of something and it proves out to be right, believe me, you've got something there. You've got something there, and just believe it, believe it, believe it, because God had to pound that into my head. That I ignored my intuition, and I think it was because of people going and saying, well, that's not, they're not like that, or whatever, Okay, well, I've found out. I've found out, and I believe my intuition, and I will not believe it. Okay, so since I was on camera, I had to, no reaction. Because I basically knew they were laughing at me. I knew they were enjoying what they were doing, or they would have quit. If they weren't, so they were cutting my fingers and the lines, so that way if I went to show anyone, it just looked like it was a line. It didn't look like a cut. But I knew, because of washing or cleaning and getting a cleaner. Oh my gosh, yeah, when I got cleaner in it, it was not good. It was not cool at all. And so, but I had no way to get anyone to listen to me and believe what I was saying, that my hands were in so much pain. I put Band-Aids on every stinking finger one day. Every finger had something. They would dig underneath my nails, jab things up underneath my nails, poke needles in me, left me for dead. Filmed what they were doing to me. So yeah, so whenever you see something off, okay, so if you went to bed and then you wake up and now your phone is over there, or your hairbrush is stuffed down underneath in between your nightstand and your bed, and you keep it in the bathroom. I had to not react to that too. You can't react to anything that it makes you look more crazy, for one, because you're trying to explain this, and if you have no one that you can go and say, they did this to me, this person did this to me. That was the main thing whenever I went to the police, that I did not have an answer for who was doing it. I told him it might be my ex. That's the only thing I knew, was it might be my ex, and I didn't want to blame my daughter. So don't react. Don't react. I mean, it might take you a minute or two to realize that's what you got to get by, is not reacting. And I prayed. I prayed and prayed and prayed and prayed. And God says that He heard every prayer. And that when I cried, He cried. So just knowing that He is with you all the time. Okay, let me swallow this. He's with you all the time. And I was going through whatever karma I had to go through and whatever lesson I had to go through, because this is what my vessel wanted. This is what my soul asked for this kind of thing to happen to me. So I'd learned the lessons to be able to become who I am and to help. I've always wanted to help, and now I can. And I get to do it for the rest of my life. You can go and forgive them, release them, but say, I remember, I won't forget the lesson. I won't forget the lesson that I learned. And there's always something, whenever something's going wrong like that, there is a lesson in it. And if you don't get out of the lesson, if you don't learn the lesson, you will do it again. You will go right back through that same crap again. And so I had split up from my husband before, and I didn't learn the lesson, did I? Because I went back, and it was worse. Look at me now. It was really worse. So learn the lesson. Learn the lesson. If you know it's wrong, and if you know that somebody's hurting you in any way, mentally, physically, mentally, it can be so hard to walk away from, to say, I'm better than that. I am better than what he's saying I am. And you are. Everybody deserves to live. All you got to do is try. All you got to do is try and hope. Hope. I never gave up hope, because I've always made it out of it before. And if I made it out of it before, I can do it again. And this last time, I believe the lesson was, don't kill yourself. don't kill yourself. That's not what you want to do. You want to make it. And God was there for me, and I prayed, and since I prayed, He said to me that since I went and prayed to Him in good times, in bad times, it become every day. It become all like I told you, morning and night. And I don't say good morning without, I say good morning to Him, I say good night to Him, and I'm reading all Psalms now, and I don't know a whole lot about the Bible. I've never read it all the way through, so there is a couple apps that I want to get, so it's read to me. What else? But I got one of the Bible games, so then I can learn that way of about the Bible and the lessons that are in there, that you can go and say, oh wow, that happened. So it's in the Bible. I just learned something the other day. Now, I've heard this before, and I just never really tried it. And if you have a question, present the question. Open your Bible. And I saw a girl do it with a weird book. Like, you never would have thought that there would have been something that would have said about what she was trying to learn, trying to figure out. So I went in the Bible, I opened it up. Sure enough, right there. And what was weird was, so I point, just open it, point, and then read whatever that is that you pointed at. And I read that, and then the next, what do you call it? Oh darn it! I had it the other day when you don't call them paragraphs, whatever. Anyways, the next not chapter. Ugh. Anyways, you know what I'm talking about. That heading, what was, did you ask him? No, I didn't. I did not ask him. I did not go and bring that to him. But what, whatever was said before that, I wish I could remember what was said, is Isaiah. I am not going to be able to remember it, sorry. But God is the one, that's why I'm here. Totally. Believe in yourself. Believe in God. I don't know. I don't think there's anything else that I want to explain to you right now. I'll come up with more stuff, but my truth is, he was there with me the whole time, no matter what I was going through. And then the more I leaned on him, the more he saved me, the more he protected me, the more he could protect me, because I was leaning on him. And without leaning on him, I wasn't getting anywhere by being myself. So even though my husband took me back into the drugs, and at that time I smoking pot, and the harder stuff, and I didn't really drink that much back then at that time, but he got that all out of my face, and it was so much easier with him than I've ever done by myself. And oh, I love him so much. And he said I'm an example, and that you can make it. You can have dreams and miracles. You're the miracle. Okay, so I love you guys, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.